Okay, so here we got a toilet. I'm going to show you what we gotta do. Well, I just already turned this off. The first thing you do is get underneath the toilet, and there is a shut-off valve. You turn that to the right, which will shut it off. Lefty-loosey to have it on, righty-tighty to turn it off. So now, the next thing we got is we have a toilet tank, and they have water in them for the purpose of flushing. Well, it has to get emptied before you can fix this. So but you can only get so much of it empty, because at some point it has like about an inch left over, as you might be able to tell, where there's still water there. Pretty nasty, that's why I put some gloves on. But anyway, so I am going to go get something so that after I remove this piece here, the water will fall down, because what's going to happen is you have to remove a piece down here. See this here? This here. You have to take that piece off there to be able to remove this black thing. I will have names of these parts here momentarily because I have the parts for it. But that's basically what we need to remove. And when we remove this part down here, it's going to cause all that water in there to fall. So now this is generally a little bit faster, but I'm not the strongest person, so I use this to turn, but it's just not the easiest thing to do. As you can see down there, it's kind of hard to turn, especially because the part inside needs to twist. So now that you can see I got that off there. So it's empty. And then the bucket's full of water. And then, as you can see, here is the nasty old piece. This part here was through the hole, and this white bracket here held it together. Now, aside from putting that in the trash, there's still this. This is the main issue, actually. Technically speaking, it probably could have just maybe replaced it, because it's the reason it was leaking. Basically, what was happening is the water was coming out here. This fills the tank, but when the water is loose and goes down there, then what happens is the part that fills, the pump that fills, actually starts running, and then you're wasting your water. So this is that piece. So I'm removing that now. Piece. Pretty nasty, huh? Try to keep it closed. So it goes in the trash. All right. So technically, before you start, you might actually want to purchase this. You don't have to purchase this brand. This just happens to be the one I bought, because it's universal. I think it's a pretty good one. But it comes with a fill valve and flapper kit. So basically, you're able to replace the part that fills with the water, and I'll show you some of the directions, I guess, on here, so you can actually see what this stuff does. But ultimately now I'm just going to open the package and we'll get this installed. Okay, so one of the reasons I got this one is I just remembered it's adjustable. So basically what that means is that this piece here as you can see, has those brackets. Well, it can move up and down. So you basically, I don't have one on one hand. Here, let's try this. Okay, so here's the piece here, okay? So basically, you can move it all the way back down, or you can move it up. So you can make it as short or tall as you need based on your toilet. Okay, so now when you put it down here, when you drop it in there, you want to have it about level with this. So you want to make sure that they line up. The directions show that they should line up pretty even. But I also am going by the fill line. You can see there's an actual fill line on the back of the toilet. It's hard to see, but it's written on the porcelain wall. So so you want to put it there, and then there is this tube that came with it. So this tube here, you must insert that right here. So, okay, so now as you can see, I have put that in there, and if you'll look down here, there's a new cap that is holding this one on, okay? So basically all that cap does, that's flush with the base of the toilet, is it holds that up there. See, right here. This turns so it's tight, and then this here has to go back in. And okay, so put that back up there. And now there's this piece down here. It's got to go back up here so we can tighten it. Now, in order to get it tightened, it's got to clasp on there. And I got to probably do that without you watching me. But it's going to go up there. Like that. Turn to the right. Alright, so now we've got that in there, and that's the valve. And then underneath, as you can see, both connections are there. The black piece that holds the valve, and then that white thing that holds the actual line going up into it. So that is where I would turn the water back on. But I'm not going to do that just yet because there's still a cap that needs put back on. The cap, well, it looks like this. So just a matter of putting it back on, or the new one anyway. And I don't want to just throw it in there. What I want to do is hook up the chain first to this, the lever. Once I hook up the chain, then I'll throw that down in there. And there's, as you can see here, there's 2 spots down there where it goes around. So, okay, so now I've put that on there, and as you can see, there's a piece of chain that runs down there. Well, that's so that this lifts it up, and then that way flushes, and you have water starting to fill the tank after it flushes. It goes through. So there we go. Okay, so voila. This piece here, actually I kind of misspoke earlier. I said this was a floater, but actually it's where the water comes through. It's been a while since I've done this. So the water, actually, that's where the water fills to fill the tank, and it goes down in this hole here, and then it fills, and then in the actual valve itself, the water stops when it gets up to a point where it all of a sudden fills and it turns off. Well, they used to have them actually with it had a line like this that ran all the way out, and it had a big fat ball on it, and it was you know, air ball that would go up and down, so that's how it knew that it was empty or full. So technology just changed. So anyway, now it's filling up. I obviously turned the water back on. So now, if I flush the toilet, we got a pretty good flush here going. Pretty awesome. This thing sucks since I moved in here. So it's never flushed like this ever before. So feeling pretty good, and I'm going to save money on my water bill now that it's not going to continuously run and fill my toilet every so many minutes with some water. This concludes our session.